Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. So I did a little bit more research on this game as well. And apparently this is folklore in like American folklore and stuff like that with like the stories and whatnot. And I didn't know America had folklore. And any of it, I guess I wouldn't know anyway because, I don't know, it just seems obscure. But hey, that's a thing. That's a thing. Unfortunately, my controller input isn't working. Oh god, now it is. Oh, my eardrums. Holy moly. I wish I could turn the music down, but I don't think that's a thing. They need more options there. Anyway, what are we doing here? We're building more stories, right. So we just came from Boston, and we got gypped. No money. That's fine. Because we didn't want to lie.
The whippoorwill first. Shrill and close. Then you see him, high up above the black streaks of wires. A lineman, fraying belt holding him to the pole. A damned bird has come to perch on a power line, stare hungrily at the man's soul. He's unsteady, his hands are shaky, and his body sways in the wind. You spot his tool bag next to the pole, worn and frayed, much like the man. A half-gone bottle of cheap rye pokes out of it.
What do we do? Do we steal his bottle? I don't think so. Well, I mean, it might be interesting. Hey, listen, I gotta drink some cheap rye.
What's he gonna do? Come down from the pole? You snatch it from his bag in one quick motion and walk away. Hey! He starts, but whatever he's about to say slips into a slurred whine as his belt snaps.
Ooh, do we give him, do we look at him? Do we, like, make that awkward eye contact? Like, yeah, that's right. I stole your booze. Or do we just look away? Because we're that cool, right? Alright, let's look away. Let's just, you know, let's keep on going.
You keep walking until you hear the crunching noise of his body hitting the ground. And then you spot the whippoorwill flying away overhead, singing its awful song and flapping its wings heavily as though laden with some newfound weight.
What the heck happened there? Wait, I thought that was like there's a bird on... What, flew away? Excuse me? Yeah, talk about folklore. That didn't make any sense. But interesting, to say the least. Moving on. Right, the drunkard lineman. Wait, did we just, like, escape him or something? Maybe. What is this? Camp. Camp, eh? Let's see. Journey log. This is me. I don't know. Money, life, and sleep? I have no idea. But I think we've been awake for, like, what, more than a day now? This guy deserves a nice rest.
Hey there, stranger. You're welcome to enjoy this fire with me, if you're respectful, that is. This here is my spot, and I ain't inclined to share it with any bad characters. You can call me Quinn. These here are my venturing companions. Cass is the big un, and the one with the spots is Flip. I usually beat my way on the rails, but the road news said this town was fat, and the weather was fine. So I'm taking in the sights and seeing what I can drum up.
Is this like some kid? Young kid, maybe? Sounds young.
I'm in the mood for something real funny-like.
Ah, this is the, stories I guess we're gonna tell, maybe. Alright, here's all the stories we've collected so far. They're organized by subject, because the boss likes the tarot cards. Alright. This is the subject of each story here. If you tell this person a story about love, for example, they'll tell you something about their own life relating to the subject of love. Poor things. As the night goes on, this icon will move left to right. When it reaches the right side, the night is over, and so is their storytelling. The person you're talking to will usually tell you where they'll be next so you can find them again. If you tell them the types of stories they request, they'll gain your trust and the eye will open. When it opens fully, the next time you meet them, they'll open up more about their life. They'll remember this form of from conversation to conversation, so don't feel you need to open the eye all the way the first time you meet someone. Dance around. Get to know them. That's fancy. That's kind of cool. I kind of like how that's what, you know, kind of working out. Whoa. They want a funny story. Okay, so this is kind of how we're... what are our stories? We don't have any, like, funny stories, do we? Authority... Well, can we check our stories? No, I guess not. It says it's organized by, like... I don't know. Yeah, here it is. Boy who ran away from the father. Tell the story of the two brothers reconnected after 30 years. Yeah, they were laughing. They were having a great time. That's kind of funny, right?
What's the use in telling sweet, happy tales if in them make you snooze? My family. There ain't no way I'm gonna start jaw-flapping about those bastards. Judases, the lot of them. Enough said. Hey, tell me a funny story. You seem like you still got a sense of humor.
Oh, dude. I did not do well with that story. Oh, man. A funny story, huh? Nothing like funny happened, really. There are the women arrested for bootlegging in Maine. The odd silent taxi cab. Seagull and the fisherman near Portland, Maine. Wait, which one was that? Oh, right, that dude. He was kind of nuts, wasn't he? Elegant woman in a small town. That's not funny. That's kind of creepy. He was dead, I guess. Drunkard linemen around Boston. I mean, I guess, what's funny? It depends on what you think is funny. We don't have anything like, ha ha ha, that's funny. That kind of sucks, but whatever. It's, about the drunkard lineman around Boston. No. Elegant woman in the small town. Yeah, I mean, like, we don't have anything funny. Let's just go with this one.
Well, that sure was a downer. Give me a good venture tale instead any day. Traveling, I sure do love it. And I seen some pretty things out there. I seen serpent trains passing on a green and gold sea. I seen mountains so tall and forests so thick, nobody will ever tame them. I once seen a bunch of townies skinny dipping in a river. That sure was something. I seen terrible things too. Biblical floods and starving folks. And black blizzards full of dust. Hey, tell me one of those exciting stories.
Exciting stories. A thrilling story. Hey, I might have some of those. Not that guy, no. Not the odd taxi cab, that wasn't that exciting. I guess the story of the women arrested for bootlegging. I mean, that was exciting. I was kind of, like, in some deep stuff there for a moment.
Whoa, quite a story, stranger. Authority, bosses and such. I ain't nobody's little Angelina, if that's what you're asking. I take care of myself and my dogs. I don't need no jocker looking out for me, so if you're offering, don't. Shoot, I thought I told you to be respectful. You want to keep enjoying my spot or not? Think about that.
Whoa, honey, what are you talking about? You wanted that story.
Hey, do you got any really thrilling stories to tell? I'm hankering for one of those.
Oh, another thrilling story, huh? Really? I mean, I guess that's, like, the closest to what I have, but nothing's, like, super thrilling? No, like, come on, these are pathetic stories, man. I still need to get more stories. I guess, two lighthouse keepers? I can't see, like, oh, what are the... I want to see what the, colors mean and whatnot. I guess I can't. I guess I'll tell them about the lighthouse keepers. I mean, that's not really... That's pretty stinking boring. I'd get bored, too. I guess we only have 3 things to choose from. This is... I mean, sure, why not?
Ain't life got enough tearjerkers in it without telling stories like that? Jeez. Death. Now why you wanna go worry about that? Don't got enough on your plate as it is. Ain't nobody can avoid changing. Can't run from the dying. But the living can be mighty fine if you go about it right. I want a story that scares me. Now I'm older, almost nobody can do it. Give me your best shot.
Really? A scary story? Well, I don't know about that. I don't have anything terrifying or scary, man. The odd silent taxi cab, I mean, I guess so. That's the closest one we have to scary. The future, that could be pretty terrifying in itself.
Not sure I quite follow that one. What's my future look like? I ain't looking for a traveling companion if that's what you mean. I do fine by myself, so just stick to minding your own. Well, night's over. I think I'll see what's happening up the road this way.
Oh, okay. So, she will be over there? Can't tell.
Didn't understand all your stories, but I'd gladly listen to more if I see you again. The tramping life suits me just fine. Every day's adventure. With things being so depressed, folks walk around like it's the end of everything good. But it's plenty nice things to see if and you know where to look.
Whoops. Accidentally, preemptively clicked A there. Alright, that's interesting. I kind of like how that works. So that's really, like, we're gonna have to get more stories, man. I don't want to be as boring. That's pretty boring. I don't know. I wouldn't even listen to my stories. Oh, boy. Oh, am I gonna read this? Oh, that's interesting. As you walk down the road, a black crow flutters down to land in your path. It looks at you, cocks its head, and speaks. Well, you've got a long, long road ahead, don't you? All these people to chase down, or so I hear. It laughs. I got some experience when it comes to chasing them folks. Ignore the crow or tell me about it. Dude, this is interesting. I don't want to ignore it. It's a freaking talking crow. Well, if you want, you could go find your friend again. Ask them about their life. They might want to hear better stories this time, though. It peers up to you. Didn't they tell you where they were heading off to next? Yeah, they did. But hey, the world's full of people. Bet you could find another friend like that if you weren't looking around. There's more than one interesting person in the world. For sure. It gives a gravelly laugh. That's what humans say anyway. And with that, it launches into the air and disappears. Oh, odd. Okay, so that wasn't a story. That was just a weird thing. Hold left mountain button to the whistle. You can match the nose. You'll walk faster? What? Oh, what? That's odd. That's kind of a fancy thing. I mean, it takes some concentration, that's for sure. Oh man, it's less of a commentary game and more just like an experience. Let's search this place.
By nightfall, the hospitality of this sleepy hamlet, combined with their superstitious tales, has both overstuffed your stomach and filled you with a hollow dread. Folks say these woods are full of apparitions, witches, and worse. You curse yourself for getting on the road so late. In the moonlight, every valley and hollow at the feet of the Tappan Zee seems like a stolen shred of the abyss itself. Fireside tales seem less fanciful, and every cackling crow and moaning whippoorwill seems like a demon perched on the shivering, spindly trees. But something cuts through the noise. The muffled sound of hooves galloping on the cold, muddy road. When he finally slows his horse alongside you, it's as though he had just appeared out of the mist. He's astride a gigantic black courser, and though his boots are muddy and ragged, he wears an immaculate coat with great, shining buttons. From his saddle hangs an antiquated flintlock and a cavalry saber. In the darkness, you can hardly see above his towering shoulders. His voice is a rumbling croak, deep, but as though his throat is filled with thorns. Have you happened upon a cannonball around here? You can tell English isn't his first language. German is. His hand, so pale it's almost blue in the moonlight, grips the reins in a fist.
Well, do we just run the hell away? I don't know. He doesn't seem like too threatening. I mean, I feel like if we'd run away, he could use that gun in a pretty mean way. If he really wanted to. Because that's pretty rude of me. I'm gonna be... nice? I don't know. Let's get more story out of this bad boy.
You mumble an apology and watch as he silently rides away, back into the mist. He's cloaked in black, you notice from behind, but the blood running down over his shoulders glints crimson in the moonlight.
Ooh, creepy. Whoa. Don't know about that. That's a little different, isn't it? Okay, fine. Your story. This reads the newspaper with barely contained horror, his grimace spreading wider and wider as he makes his way down the page. Suddenly his frown cracks into something with a little more amazement in it. Whoa, he says. What's the matter? He reads out a story about a whippoorwill watching for death. You're shocked. It's a story of the drunkard lineman, but with some bits changed. Do you think they really happened? He asks. Do we say it's all made up or oh yes, because, I don't know, we did kind of experience something with that, didn't we? He shrugs. Sounds like nonsense to me for sure, he says. The stuff they print these days. Alright. Story grew. The whippoorwill watching for death. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So stories do like progress and grow and stuff. That's kind of interesting. Let's get some tunes going on here. Yeah. This is quite charming. It's very relaxing. I suggest like, oh man, everyone needs to play this and not watch me. It's really good, I'll admit. Also, I guess the voice actor is pretty famous. That's what I've heard. I haven't heard of him. Maybe that's like not cool of me, but I haven't.
Outside the small thicket of apple trees, the phrase "tended to by John Chapman" is carved into a fence post. Nearby, a hound lies on its side, perfectly still. Flies buzz around its ears. But a grizzled man pauses at his digging to shoo them off.
Let's sit and watch for a little bit. Let's analyze the situation here.
You settle in beneath a fence post and brush a couple of flies from the dog's face. The man nods. Much obliged. He kept me company when I moved from orchard to orchard, but he breaks off. For a while, the only sound is the shink of the shovel in the dirt.
Yikes. Let's not go straight to the dog, straight to death. Let's ask him about the orchard first, you know? Keep it a little, less emotional.
It isn't mine. I come through the country, find a homesteader who needs a crop to turn out, plant some seeds. It's a sin to graft, you know. Hurts the apple trees. God's creatures shouldn't suffer. Tears cut neat patterns through the grime on his cheeks. He shakes his head. Nearly there. When the hole is deep enough, He lowers the dog reverently into the grave. I'll see him again in heaven, he tells you. His soul is bound to mine. I don't think I can bear to stay here, though. Maybe I'll set out again.
Yikes. Poor dude. I couldn't imagine. Well, literally, I actually don't have a pet. Gonna get one soon, though. That's a thing that's gonna happen. That's interesting. Let's, can we bring up a map? No? That'd be interesting. Let's go over here. Let's check this place out. It's quite the walk over, I'll admit. We can just whistle on the way there. So can we actually go into Canada? That'd be interesting. Alright, let's check this place out. Kind of far off.
The man is the color of mill dust. His smile creases his face like folds in dough. He gestures you inside the dilapidated structure and shouts over the sound of driving wheels. You're welcome to sleep here. You don't want to rest by the river. Not in the evening. Insects. Man shoves the broken door closed behind you. The mill is warm, and the air is heavy with the powder kicked up by your entrance. You realize how easy it would be to drift off on this pile of sacks to the loud but constant sound of the grinding wheels.
I don't see why we shouldn't sleep. I mean, he might murder and stab us in the night, but hey, that's part of the fun, man.
Pain sears your spine. Why did you sleep at this ridiculous angle? Your back complains from being draped over the millstone. That's good the mill is totally abandoned. Its works long ago disconnected, or your legs would have been pulverized. The man is gone. Oh. This is not a place to linger.
What the heck happened there? Alright, man. I guess that was a bad decision. The creepy mill, yeah, no kidding. A little creepy. Alright, let's go. Let's head over this way. Any cars? I don't see any cars, unfortunately. See if I could get like a little hitchhike or something. Buffalo. Yeah, let's stay here for a little bit. Alright, what do we have here?
A few wanderers like you are looking for a place to camp. We heard there's a Leatherman cave nearby, they tell you. They describe a locally famous vagrant who hiked this area for almost 30 years. He's dead now, but his caves are the best place to camp at any town. You and the other wanderers find the cave easily, because someone's lit a fire there. As you approach, you see a silhouette bend over the flames with an odd, creaking sound, like a door swinging in the wind. His coat is crudely stitched from leather plates that squeak against each other. The Leatherman, one of the others whispers. A ghost. The Leatherman must have heard, but he just stares. His face is corpse still.
Oh shit! Or of course he isn't a ghost. Let's get this, you know, let's make it a little exciting. An oh shit moment. Here we go.
Are you a ghost? Shouts one of the others. Huh? Leatherman? The Leatherman's face reddens, and he stands suddenly. His stinking leather jacket screeching like a rusted gate as he unfolds himself to his full, towering height.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very safe.
You're 10 yards away before you glance back and see the Leatherman standing outside his cave, hurling insults in French.
Wait.
You shout. Maybe he's not a ghost. He's a French ghost! The others scream. The Leatherman, wheezing, flings a rock. You book it.
Okay. We just met a ghost. That sounds pretty fantastic, man. The Leatherman's Cave. Alright, what is this little shack over here?
He leans against a fence and turns to face you as you pass him by. At his back is a bag full of birdseed. He assures you that the gawky birds perching on his body are the last remaining passenger pigeons.
They look extinct to you?
You're not sure those dull gray pigeons look anything like the pictures you've seen of passenger pigeons, though you can't help thinking they stare at you a little too intently.
Say, you like birds?
I mean, birds are pretty cool, right? Or do I say not really, like, screw you, buddy? I'll say sure. I mean, sometimes I gotta spice it up and say not really, right? But I'll go sure this time. I'll agree.
They're lovely creatures. Guileless, really.
Hunted damn near to extinction, weren't you? He strokes one of his birds under the chin. You think you see drips of blood flecking the creature's dirty gray head.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
You sense it's about time you start moving on.
You be kind to the little birds now, you hear?
You hurry along the road, though the flapping of ungainly wings seems to follow you for hours.
That's not creepy at all. Interesting. Alright. Last place over here, I guess. Then we kind of explored this area. Can we see where we're at? Ah, we can. Whoa, what is this? Oh, that resets it. Okay. Oh, so this is kind of like where we traveled. Oh, interesting. It kind of shows me that path. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, there's so much around here, isn't there? That's incredible. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. This game's gonna be pretty long, ain't it? We'll see. We'll see how this works out. I'm excited. I'm excited to, you know, get more into this, man. The policeman in the truck on this corner is having a pretty wild argument with someone on the other side of the radio. No, he keeps saying. No way! You listen in as the man on the radio finishes a wild story about the taxi which shows its riders the future. Hey, we've been through that. I swear this is what happened, the cop over the radio insists. That's when it clicks. You know this story. It's a stranger version of the story of the old silent taxi cab in Boston, but with some bits left out or replaced. Ain't true, the cop in the truck sighs. If only he knew. We just move on from that one. Weird. So, like, all these experiences we're going through are like... So this is where the folklore comes in, I guess. That's really cool. Oh man, I kind of want to look up this type of stuff. See if it, like, exists somewhere. That'd be interesting. It'd be really interesting. Where am I going here, though? I guess this isn't a major road, so it's not going to show me. Okay, that's fine. There we go. There's a major road over there. Let's check out, you know, before I end this episode, let's check out one more thing. How about this little mine over here? This looks interesting. Alright, here we go. Search. We're hiring pickers, the farmhand says. Today only, he drives you over. 30 or 40 people are already making their slow way across an impossibly vast field that touches the hazy horizon. Back-breaking work. But the folks are friendly, and the pay is okay. Ah, so I got some cash from that. Interesting. Well, with that, I guess that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to try to do this more, like, episodically. I think that will be pretty good. I don't know. Just so I can kind of, you know, keep my thoughts in check, so I can remember these stories easier, because there's a lot to keep track of. So, anyway, yeah, there we go. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm definitely going to keep doing this for a little while. I don't know how long this series is going to be. Maybe it will last a long time. I have no idea. I do want to do some other plans of other series, but that's way out there. So anyway, yep, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.